Good morning. We're saying good morning because the sunshine isn't even out when we're recording this.
It's
like we have
so dark.
Zero natural light coming into the windows here. It's Curt.
Ring light.
Ring light, yes. It's Curt and Jen in the Morning podcast. Welcome. Thank you for listening. Curt is vacationing. I have Jackie, my roommate, in. You've probably heard about her if you listen to the podcast at all. Jackie, tell us a little bit about yourself. Just like, what do you want people to know about you?
Oh my goodness.
Like you're amazing. You're an amazing human. You're an amazing baker. You work out like crazy. So you're passionate about fitness. You actually sell fitness equipment for a living.
Yes.
iFit.
iFit is
representing.
Company. Yes, I sell free motion fitness powered by iFit. What people should know about me is I probably smell really bad right now because I just came from the gym.
Thank goodness it's a podcast.
I know. Jen was like, get closer. I'm like,
I don't know if
sure
you want
that, but okay. So yeah.
You have a podcast.
I do, although we haven't done an episode in months. Dion, if you watch this, we need to do a podcast. But yeah, we have one about kind of being a certain age and being kind of back in the dating pool, and it morphed into a dating and relationship podcast. It's called And the Beat Goes On, Dating After Divorce. You can check it out, the episodes that are out there if you want to, wherever you find your podcasts. But yeah, we're way overdue for an episode.
Thank you for being here. I love it that we're doing this together. Things on the show today. Good stuff. Like, I read this cell phone hack that could save your life. Like, if you're lost, that is brilliant in my opinion. Social norms that people secretly find ridiculous. Fun Fact Friday with a theme today. And what's happening this weekend. I'm just going to tell you this. You just might want to stay home, and we'll tell you why.
I just want to stay home, but that's because I rarely get to.
Right? Okay. The first thing I want to just say, we're not weather reporters here, but Hurricane Helene is like ripping through and rooting lives right now in the South. And yes. I just want to say that I am putting all the good vibes out there, that people stay safe, that they are taking the right precautions, and that this storm that is seriously, like, I was just watching something on one of the news stations. A weather reporter saved a woman, which I love,
geez.
But he was like up to his neck in water trying to go get someone because that much water has come in through this storm, like literally overnight. And it's sad to watch just the devastation that happens with nature sometimes. So just sending all the good vibes out.
Can I tell you, just on a lighter note of that, a funny thing that I saw this morning? I woke up stupid early, like 3:30, and couldn't get back to sleep. So I was scrolling, and somebody posted like a TikTok or a reel video about someone she saw who, there was a guy who was supposed to get married. It was his second marriage, and he had to postpone it because of the hurricane. And Helene happens to be the name of his first wife.
It's Helene. Is it? I thought it was Helene.
Helene.
Okay, all right.
I'm probably saying it wrong.
Probably
not. Regardless, that hurricane is named after his first wife, and it canceled his wedding for his second wife.
Okay.
So that's just the lighter side of it. Is like, oh, that's kind of funny.
That is awesome. So yeah, safe. We just wish safety for everybody over in that area.
For sure.
Scientists are reinventing chocolate, Jackie.
Why? What's wrong with chocolate? Why does chocolate need to be reinvented?
That's what I was wondering. But as I was reading the story, I was like, oh my God, Curt and I reported on this back when we were still on the radio.
Okay.
Of this, because of the climate change and all that, it was affecting the crops for the cocoa beans. So they were predicting a shortage of chocolate.
Oh.
Well, there's this team in Germany, this company, Choviva, that is like, we're going to take this matter into our own hands, and we're going to try to reinvent chocolate without the cocoa bean. I know.
What? It makes me think of like that Friends episode where she had to make something out of mocklet. Is that where we're going with this?
I feel like it. The whole concept is, I'm going to try to do this from memory, is that the cocoa bean, that's not what chocolate tastes like. Like if you take just a cocoa bean, it doesn't taste anything like milk chocolate, right? So it's all about more of the aroma and the things that change in the roasting process of the bean. So now I'm like, I don't know about this. They're testing out oats and sunflower seeds as an alternative to use to make chocolate. And their goal isn't to replace chocolate completely. It's just to serve as an ingredient. Like if there's a product that has chocolate as one of their ingredients, that's how they'll use it.
Like an alternative cocoa powder?
I guess, because they said there's applications where it's merely an ingredient in a larger product. And they cite candies like M&M, Snickers, or even cereal or ice cream with chocolate chunks. Yeah.
I mean, I have my concerns.
I have a lot of concerns. Okay, I consider us both foodies. So there is a restaurant in Midtown Manhattan that opened in July, and I want to know if you'd eat this thing off the menu. It's created by a Michelin star chef. It's pretty popular. It's a takeout place called Bird Box, and they're going viral for this sandwich, this fried chicken sandwich that's $19. It's so gourmet that it comes with a foot attached to it, because it's a chicken sandwich, a chicken foot is literally fried with the chicken on the sandwich. The entire leg, like you see the the foot,
no toes, chicken toes, no.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, I don't even like when I go to a restaurant that serves seafood and they leave the tail on the shrimp. And God forbid you go to some of those really fancy places that do dim sum and they leave freaking head on too. Have you not seen that?
No.
Oh, I can't even eat those. It's so gross.
But I don't even like to eat the fish when it comes out on a plate and it's still it's just missing breath.
Right. So to me, I'm like, is this what they're trying to be like? Oh, it's like leaving the tail on as like a handle, but no. And what's weird to me is I feel like restaurants particularly in Manhattan, have to be like super, super, super good to be competitive or they're gonna close down.
Yes.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
The sandwich is called Claude the Claw.
I mean, that's a good, if you're getting, yeah, I mean, that's
so you're eating Claude. You know what you're eating.
You don't name your food.
I don't. I can't do that. I will say they do serve sandwich without the leg if you want it.
I don't know if I lose my appetite just seeing anyone in the restaurant with a freaking chicken foot.
Do you watch the Today Show?
Not often.
Okay. If you're a fan of the Today Show, you probably already know this because it was announced yesterday, but Hoda is leaving the Today Show after 17 years. She announced that she's going to be leaving early next year. She's still going to stay with NBC in some capacity, but I really love this. She was saying that when she celebrated her 60th birthday over the summer, she had her kids later in life, and she just realized it's time for me to move on so I can spend more time with my kids.
You can't argue with that.
I love that.
I love it too.
And that she was just saying that they deserve more. And I mean, I wish that I had the ability to do that when my kids were younger. I just didn't. Yeah. That wasn't in the cards for me.
It wasn't for me either. And good for her for prioritizing.
I know, because that's a big role to leave. That's me.
But if she's going to be with the networks, I'm sure they'll.
Yeah.
Set her up.
Yep. Okay, you're a Mariners fan. You did the story. Go ahead. It's a short one.
The Seattle Mariners are officially out of any postseason play. In case anyone here happened to think there was still hope, it's gone. It's dashed on the
Here's
road.
the thing about that, and I cannot remember who it is that won or lost or whatever, but their fate was in other people's hands. So I feel like when that happens in sports, you don't really deserve to be there anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, this team has to lose, and this team has to win, and this team has to lose in order for this team to go to the playoffs because they sucked so badly.
Yeah, it just means you haven't done your job.
Right.
I'm with you on that. Lifelong Mariners
I know
fan.
you are.
And
I know.
It's kind of sad because I'm just like, yep, that's how it goes for us. But I still love going to the games. I love my Mariners. I will always, always, always love Dan Wilson. And he's coming back in a coaching capacity.
He is coaching, yeah.
Dan, if there's ever a chance.
I'm single. That's another thing people need to know about Jackie. She's single, so if you know a really good man.
Yeah. He needs to be more than single, though. We just went through this.
That's true. There's some other things that need to happen. Like maybe not live with your mom.
Single is the bare minimum, and then we build from there.
Right. I love you for that. Can I just say something about the Mariners that
Yes.
I think T-Mobile has done the Mariners / T-Mobile Park has done a good job that no matter how good or bad the team is, they have created an experience that doesn't matter. Like, I just think the experience at T-Mobile Park.
You have so much fun there and so much good food.
So much good food.
So much.
And that's all we really need.
Foodies that we are.
So that's all we need. I feel like I'm getting really good at this music. If you've been watching all week, I've been forgetting to do the music, and I'm remembering now, which is great.
You're doing a good job.
Okay, I read this on social yesterday, and I actually took a picture of it because it's so brilliant, and I need to make sure I tell my daughters, and you're going to want to tell your kids too. So when you're, like when you get stranded or you're lost or whatever the case may be, any kind of emergency situation, and you have the ability, your cell phone battery is dying, right? And you don't have the resources to recharge it, leave a voicemail message on where you are. Like, change your voicemail. So, because everyone's going to be trying to call your phone.
That is freaking brilliant.
Right?
Who is the Mensa person that thought up that?
I don't know. I'd give them credit. I don't know. It's just been, I think it's this viral thing that's happening on social right now, and I just happened to see it, and I had the same reaction, like, why didn't anyone think of this before right now?
Right.
How do you change your voicemail greeting? That's the thing that I would be like, okay, I've got to be smart about this.
I mean, we had a minute getting to turning on Do Not Disturb on my phone. So, but we could practice.
Yes.
And then we'll know.
Wow, that blew my mind.
That is great. That's such a good idea.
I know.
But okay, so here's a follow-up question to that. When you call someone and it goes straight to voicemail, do you ever listen to their message? Or do you just hang up and send them a text?
A lot of times I hang up. But if you have if there's an urgency in your voice,
if you say, please listen to my message.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Something. I think that there's a way that you could probably get people's attention, but you're right, because as soon as it almost clicks over, I'm like, I'm out. But I think if you're looking for someone, you might.
Well, maybe this could serve as hey, if you're looking for someone, listen to their greeting before you just hang up.
I know. I really love that idea.
Put my readers back
on. Okay, what do we got? What do we have next? Oh, wait, did I skip the whole thing? Oh, yes, I did. Okay, I went too far in my thing. What are you really good at? This is something we asked on the show yesterday. Like, what are you really good at? Like, brag about yourself, because I don't think people brag about themselves. And I put this on Facebook, and people showed up, and they gave some people gave some funny answers.
Okay.
And there's a lot.
Well, why don't you start? What are you, Jen, really good at?
Jeanette filled in yesterday for me. She's my yoga friend. And I said, I think I'm really good at gathering people, like rallying people and bringing them together.
You are 1,000% you are.
That's what I think I'm good at.
1,000%.
What do you think you're good at?
I think there's 3 things that I think I'm really good at. 1, I'm really good at making friends.
Yes.
I look at my life and I think, damn, I'm good at picking good people to be my friends.
Yes.
And for some reason they stick around, which I'm grateful for. I'm good at stuff in the kitchen. I can cook. I can bake.
Yes.
I can bake.
She's single and she can cook like a wicked talented person. Everything's good.
To make chocolate chip cookies. And then
that is a bunch of bologna slices.
The other thing, this is my weird talent. I'm really good for someone my age at doing cartwheels.
Oh shit.
I am an excellent cartwheeler.
Especially when you've been drinking.
I don't really break it out unless I've been
right?
drinking.
When Jackie has been drinking a little bit more than maybe her brain wants her to be, or her body wants her to be, she goes in cartwheel mode.
Yep.
Cartwheel mode.
I need like a t-shirt that says cartwheel mode on it.
Yes.
Well, I need to work on that.
Okay. Here's some answers. Let's go through some of them. Randy, who filled in for Curt on Tuesday, said, I'm really good at filling in for Curt.
He is really good at it.
And Anne-Marie, who is my college roommate, this is true. She is a wicked good writer, and she's a good advocator. She's good at advocating.
Awesome.
She has a son with, oh my gosh, Anne-Marie, don't kill me. CS, I think is what it is. Oh my gosh, CF, I can't remember.
Cystic fibrosis?
I can't remember. Anne-Marie, don't kill me on my brain, my fog brain. But she has a son with some disabilities, and she is a huge advocate for him. Meredy says crossword puzzles and helping her husband with the TV remote, which is hilarious. Pat, which is not my Pat, says drumming. My Pat his answer would have to be he's good at fixing stuff.
And I've heard him sing karaoke. He's pretty dang good at that too.
Yeah, he is.
And he killed that giant spider.
He did the giant.
He's
giant.
Excellent.
Like the size of our face kind of spider.
I walked in and it was like, yo, what's up? Like it was a real big spider.
Who else? What are some other ones? Marilyn said taking photos. Melissa and Nancy both said procrastinating. Go ahead.
Carrie said she's really good at trying to make people feel welcome. And that's our Carrie, right?
That is our Carrie.
She is incredibly good at making people feel welcome. Is it Ina? Mm-hmm. She's good at Amazon shopping. Girlfriend, I might be rivaling you on that.
You know the next person too.
Oh, Anthony, annoying my pregnant wife.
Anthony is Pat's oldest son. And his wife is pregnant, Sierra, and that's what his answer was, annoying my pregnant wife. Even if she's not pregnant, he's good at it.
They're super cute.
They're darling together.
So good together.
Kate said reading people. That's a good one. Cam,
oh,
my favorite bartender in the whole wide world, who works at Crow Bar in Bothell. If you've not been, you should make a trip there. He responded, and it made my heart so happy. He's like, I'm good at like bartending. I'm like, yes, you are. He just used a meme saying, I think it was like, what'll it be, or something like that, but it was awesome.
Oh, Julian said spending enormous amounts of time on YouTube. It's actually a skill that needs to be rewarded.
We'd make a lot of money if we did that.
For some sponsorship.
You know what? My girls would make a lot of money if that was to be rewarded, because they do a lot of
Is video game playing one? Because my son would be rich.
Laura said picking mushrooms off of pizza. Bree said overthinking everything.
Rita said drinking vodka. Go girl. Lisa said tripping over my own feet. Same.
Sonia, thank you for replying. She said separating the check for groups. It's easier now because she just pays for it, does the math at home, and then everyone transfers her money. That's kind of brilliant.
There's an app.
There is an app.
I have some, when I did it last weekend, they used it. And
we do too. It's a good one, yeah.
Melissa also said procrastinating.
Oh, I forgot to take her off there because I added her to the top. Dang it.
I see.
Heather picking the wrong guy.
Same.
I don't like that talent. I mean, yeah.
There's no money in it.
Oh, no, there's not any money in it. In fact, it might be the opposite.
Correct. Michelle, proofreading others' copy, just not my own.
Julie said travel planning. Leslie said binge watching Netflix shows way past my bedtime.
Same. Miriam said she's good at organizing. Hey, Miriam, come on over. My room could use your talent.
Mine too, Miriam.
Laurel said she's really good at bargain shopping, hence why she has so many clothes and accessories. Maybe she needs Miriam to help her organize.
I know, right? And then Jenny said, I'm really good at winning things on the radio. Jenny used to be a loyal listener of Star 101.5 when we were on that station, and she won a lot. She goes, everyone needs a skill, right?
Has she won your 0K wordplay yet?
She did. She played it.
Oh,
and she did win.
She
She entered. You know what? Not many people have entered that. So if you're interested in playing, we'll just do a little plug here. If you're interested in playing 0K wordplay, it used to be 2K wordplay when we were working for a station, but we don't have any US dollars. So, but it's fun to play. You can win a gift card from Sean O'Donnell's, and all you have to do is email me and Curt at curtandjeninthemorning@gmail.com. It's super long. I know we're trying to work on shortening it, but
every time I hear that, I keep thinking, oh, I wish I had something I could give you to give away, but like my company's not going to support me giving you like a whole treadmill or something to give away.
Okay, hold on a second. I have to go in. My friend Anne Marie, who I was just talking about, I'm like, can she listen to this? No, it's not. We haven't posted it yet. Okay. Jeez Louise, she's stuck in the hurricane.
Oh no.
She said, normally I pick up 10 to 15 minutes of your podcast while waiting in the afternoon pickup line. We are stuck at home due to the hurricane, and I thought I'd tune in live today. Oh, we don't do it live. We should do this live, right? We don't even edit this, you guys. So we could do it live.
You could.
Oh,
but
okay.
let's not start right now.
No, let's not start right now. Okay.
You and Curt can figure that.
Oh,
you guys can figure that.
Moving on. Yes, sorry. That was a total squirrel moment. I was reading this on Reddit. This is kind of sad to me, actually. The common social norms people secretly find ridiculous. And so what happened? This is in America. Like, it sounds like it's more like people from other countries, like, criticizing us.
Which never happens.
No.
Nobody ever puts down Americans out there in the world. Europe, we're looking at you.
Yeah. So they asked 6,000 people, and these are some of their answers. And I can't say I agree with these. Yeah. I don't know if you've read through these yet, Jackie, but I'm telling you what, like, here are some.
What number 2 is, and just look at you.
I know, because it's comfortable. This is what they said. So posting your entire life online was one of the top things. Like, why do Americans feel like they have to do this? And there's so many people that do. And it's not their entire life either. It's just the good stuff typically.
Well, Yes, you're right. Because do you ever see people that only post like the really sad negative stuff? Like people don't really
want to read that.
Right. I know that sounds terrible.
But also
reach out if you need help for sure.
Personally.
Right.
I feel like.
But yes. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. What's the second one?
Hey, Jen, did you know that crossing your arms means you're closed off?
So this is the false thing, though. That's what they're saying. This is a social norm. They say it just means that this is where you're comfortable.
It's
like,
so funny.
What else do I do? Like put my arms here, put my arms here? What?
I think about it a lot because I do default to that. Like if I'm standing in line or whatever, and then I'm like, oh crap, I look so closed off. I look so unapproachable. I look so unfriendly. And then, but like, it's comfortable.
Yeah, I know. So that was the thing that they said. Like, it doesn't mean you're closed off. We don't think you're closed off. So why do you Americans think that? They said tipping. They said
why is tipping on there?
Because the comment with this was, thank goodness I live in Europe. Because they don't tip off everything. They don't ask for tips for every single thing that you are offering a service for.
Okay, I think it's getting ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
There are places where I'm like, why would I tip you to sell me a packaged merchandise?
Yeah.
Right? Like you didn't serve me anything. You didn't.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. I can agree with that one.
Being available 24/7. Insurance companies thinking they know better than doctors about what we need. This is a good one.
Amen.
This next one. 2
weeks notice to quit a job. They can let you go without even a second's warning, but if you leave without giving a 2-week notice, you're the bad guy and filed under not rehireable. I have heard some advice around that lately that said, don't do it. Like,
don't give 2 weeks.
For this exact reason. I actually saw a video about it on socials, and you just believe everything that you see on Facebook. But it said if you're not able to go 2 weeks without pay, it's a courtesy, it's not a requirement. And they said if you can't afford to go 2 weeks without pay, you shouldn't give 2 weeks notice because you could be fired on the spot. It happened to me when I left, not the last job, but the job before that. I gave 2 weeks notice, and he's like, thank you, I appreciate that. Our policy is to let people go. And
is it because you were going to a competitor? Like,
no, I wasn't going to a competitor. That's their policy. So
probably not in the handbook policy.
Right. Now, thankfully, they took care of me. He actually went ahead and paid me for those 2 weeks and just said, you're done working, which was incredibly generous. But it can happen. So there is some guidance. I would look into it before you do it. Don't just take my advice, but
here's a few more on the list. Thank you for sharing that, Jackie. Job postings without salary information. Although I think Washington State just passed something where you have to post this. There is something I recall saying that, and you'll see a lot more of Washington job postings with salary information. Spending money to flex.
Spending money to flex?
Like showing off. Like they're saying, like the people in other countries are like, why do Americans feel like spending money is like it's a show off thing, right? Like they're just.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, so over the top weddings are a waste of money. Listen, my daughter got married a year ago. Weddings are expensive. Yeah. They did a ton themselves.
Yep.
And found lots of ways to save money.
But still.
Yeah, but it was still dozens of thousands of dollars.
It was a beautiful wedding. I saw the pictures.
Of US dollars.
Thousands of US dollars. Having a card for every occasion. Why are you paying $5 for a card for every occasion? I like giving cards because I feel like it's a way that you're saying, hey, I see you and I know that you're doing this, or congratulations. Excuse me, but it is kind of a waste of money.
Okay, I know you just went through this.
Mm-hmm.
Gender reveals.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with them on this.
Me too. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I just feel like it's one more reason to have a party. It's like, pay attention to me, kind of.
Agreed, Jackie.
But it's like the thing now, and it's almost weird if you don't like that. This generation that's starting their families, it's kind of a.
That's the thing. It's what you do. It's
maybe
what
I'm
you
just
do.
Old and crotchety.
It is just anyway. Yeah. Okay. I want to know. You were just at the gym. Everyone walking around with their phones in their faces. So just in general, right? Everyone's like always walking around with their phone in their face. But especially in the gym. Yeah. Do you feel like there's a lot of people at the gym with their phone? A lot of people have it for listening to music, I would imagine.
Right. So like I do, iFit has content, right? So today I did a coached workout, core workout. So I had my phone out, but it was like in front of me, and I had my headphones in. It was on the ground, and I was just following the workout there, but I wasn't like holding it in front of my face. I do see some people doing that. Usually it's like just taking breaks, like when they're doing in between sets or whatever, people will get out the phone and send a text. I hate it when people camp out on a piece of equipment and they're clearly
on their
like
phone,
Facebooking or whatever. But
move your butt out.
I was talking to a gym operator, the manager at a club in downtown Seattle, and he's doing a statistical study on people on their phones in the gym and incidents of injury. So he's like collecting all this data. He's a super data-y guy, which is weird in the fitness industry because most people are not that data-driven. And he's like this big buff guy, so it was kind of surprising when he was talking about how much he loves data. But I can't wait to read that because I think it'll be really interesting.
What do you think it'll say? More injury, do you think?
Oh, for sure,
they're not
because
paying
people
attention.
aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Or the other thing is people are following influencers who look good. Like, I'm a pretty person, but you don't know when you're on TikTok or the socials and you see, oh, I want to try this workout. Has that been vetted by someone who knows if it's even safe?
Oh, good point.
So I asked him about that, and he's like, yeah, he hadn't even considered that kind of injury that you can do to yourself just following some influencer's workout. So
that's true. I think that there's a lot of people that just follow influencers just because, and they don't really vet them out because
they look pretty.
They look pretty. They've got tons of followers, so they must be legit.
Or, this person like glutes are the thing right now. Everybody's trying to build glutes, right? And so they'll see a person and go, well, they have a great butt, so I want a great butt. I'm just going to do what they're doing, regardless of where this person is in their physical conditioning and whether or not these are safe exercises. It's crazy.
So much to think about. Okay. The next thing that we have going on here, Fun Facts Friday, and we're doing it with a theme. I saw this and I'm like, we should talk about this because some of this is kind of fun. Interesting facts about the 2000s pop culture. And they're like, YouTube was meant to be a video dating site when it launched in 2005.
It was?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. I feel like that's the one dating site I have not tried.
Like Hey Ya, which is like, I feel like a club song. Like it's like a get up and like dance by Outkast is actually a sad song. It's about how people stay in relationships when they're unhappy because it's better than being alone. What? I want to go back and listen to the words to that.
Literally the only lyrics I know
is
are
Hey Ya.
Hey Ya.
Me too.
Shoot.
Scottish actor Doug Ray Scott was originally cast as Wolverine in X-Men. When he backed out, it was offered to Russell Crowe.
He would have been the weirdest.
I think
Wolverine.
so. And Russell turned it down, but recommended Hugh Jackman.
Good on you, Russell.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, keep going. Go.
Arrested Development.
Yep.
And The OC. I haven't never watched either of those.
You didn't? I watched The OC.
Also, almost did a crossover episode, but the producers of the show ultimately decided it was too meta.
Too meta-university? Is that what that means?
I think so. Like it was, yeah. I don't
That
know.
doesn't even make sense to crossing over those two. I don't get the connection. Mark Ruffalo almost dropped out of 13 going on 30. I do too. Because he had such a hard time during the rehearsals for the Thriller dance scene.
I don't know that I could do it. I'm not a good dancer.
I think I'm a
unless
good
there's
dancer.
lots of cartwheels in it, I'm not very good.
Okay, this next one is good, I thought.
So fans thought Heath Ledger was a terrible choice to play the Joker in The Dark Knight. Kind of how a lot of people thought Michael Keaton was an awful choice to play Batman in 1989. In both instances, the haters were dead wrong.
I think so, because I think, like, the best Batman, I think, was Michael Keaton.
It's funny because they're both very unlikely
Yeah.
for those, but that's the beauty of acting.
I hate to say they killed it because that's terrible on Heath's, because that was a huge loss to the acting community.
He was such a talented actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
In 2006, A History of Violence, which I don't think I ever saw that.
I don't think I
But
did
I
either.
only left this in because it was the last major Hollywood movie to be released on VHS.
When was the last time you watched a movie on VHS?
I can't tell you that.
I
don't because I don't know.
I couldn't.
Don't know.
Okay, and then even though it was a major Hollywood film about fashion, The Devil Wears Prada only had a $100,000 wardrobe budget.
I mean, they had some awesome outfits in that. And I don't know what that, $100,000 seems like a lot of money to me, but probably for a Hollywood film, not that much because they've got to.
I bet you though, like designers, because they named a bunch of designers in the show or in the movie. So I wonder if designers donated garments for the show
for publicity
with some sponsorship.
Yeah.
Like you have to make sure you
product
mention,
placement.
Like who knows? Maybe Prada, for instance. I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm not saying fact. I'm just speculating. But I would wonder because those outfits were
amazing.
Over
the top.
Like some of those gowns are almost $100,000.
I know. You're right. You're right. That's a good because I barely remember the movie. I loved it. I know that. All right. This is going to be one of our last topics before we move into the weekend, but I'm bringing this up because this is going to be our topic for Monday's show that we want you to weigh in on, and that is simple pieces of advice that have significantly improved your life. So there was a thing on social media where people were asking this, simple pieces of advice that significantly improve people's lives.
I have a good one.
You do?
I have a really good one.
Because some of these are kind of funny ones, like, kind of off the cuff ones, but I think that there's some serious ones in here too.
You know how sometimes you read something and it just hits, right?
Yes.
So when my kids were littler, I read, it was literally like a meme on Facebook or something like that. And it said, if you don't listen to the little things, why would they ever tell you the big things?
Oh, I've seen that before, yes. That actually gives me a little bit of chills.
And so do you know how many Minecraft stories I have listened to in my life? And when my daughter was little, she's 24 now, so her era was
My Little Pony?
No. This is when she was, what was that show? It was a cartoon about teenagers, just total airhead teenagers who became totally spies.
Oh.
And so she would I would listen to just mind-numbing stuff, and how much I listened to stuff about boy bands and all this stuff. But they always came to me with the big stuff. And so that was my favorite little piece of parenting advice.
I love that you just had that off the top of your head, because I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now.
Oh my God. That one, literally, I was like, okay.
That's a good one.
And I embraced it, and it paid off. So
good.
Social media does good sometimes.
Yeah, it does. So let's just share some of the things that people have said on social about this. But we want to know yours too. So I'll post this on our Facebook page, Curt and Jen in the Morning, and also on my personal Jen Pirac. So if you're on either of those, just weigh in. If you can't beat the fear, do it scared.
Love that.
I do too.
Love that.
I've never heard that before.
Because I get really scared about very specific certain things, and then I don't do them. And
just do it scared.
I got to do it scared.
Go ahead.
Talk yourself into doing things by saying, just do it as a joke.
Okay. Kind of lighthearted, right?
Yeah. I wasn't being serious. So maybe that's being forward with someone you wouldn't normally approach, or I don't know.
Yeah. This one I really love. It's better to ask stupid than to do stupid. Meaning it's better to ask, even though you might think it's a stupid question, it probably isn't. I would always tell people, new people I was training at work, please ask questions. Don't try to guess. Even if we've already told you, if you don't remember, just ask, because I would rather you get it right than try to guess because you're too afraid to ask the question.
I think I've learned that in my life too. I'm in a fairly new job. I still ask a lot of questions, but when I was younger, I was not brave enough to ask questions.
Yeah, you can't control the emotions you feel, but you can control the actions you do regarding those emotions.
For sure. Never accept criticism from someone you wouldn't accept advice from. Love that.
That's powerful. I love
that.
I love these so much. What's another one?
You don't want to enter your golden years thinking you spent your life worrying about things that might happen but never did.
What's that whole thing of advice about worry is do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, worry is basically stealing time from, I don't know.
There's a good one out there. There's a good one out there. Self-abuse is also abuse. Talk kindly to yourself, Jen Pirac.
Although I think everyone is guilty of that to a certain extent, but I always, when I hear someone like you talk badly about themselves, I just want to say, don't talk about my friend like that, right?
Yeah, yes. There was something about that. In fact, I had a conversation with a another friend about that who said that, someone had told them that, like their significant other. Oh, I know. It was I just had lunch with this person. He said that his wife, he talks bad about himself a lot, and his wife will always say, don't talk about my husband that way. And Pat does that to me. My boyfriend, Pat, will say, hey, that's my girlfriend you're talking about. Don't do that. And I'm like, and Lori, our friend Lori, who's the health coach, she said, Jen, do you realize how much bad self-talk you have on your podcast? I'm like, no, I don't even realize it. So her goal is to help me just catch it. She's like, even if you catch yourself, that's progress.
For sure.
Just catch yourself saying it. And that just as long, anyway. Okay, carry on. What else?
Don't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel.
Ooh.
I love that.
It's okay to be jealous of someone, but you have to be jealous of the whole package, not just part. For example, if you want to be jealous of their nice house, you have to be jealous of their soul-crushing job too.
Oh, that's good. Look at people holistically. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today.
Aww. I'm going to skip down on some of these. This funny one, the last one. Instead of using a plain chocolate bar when making s'mores, use a peanut butter cup, which you would disagree with, I know, because you don't like peanut butter. But what advice have you gotten that significantly changed your life? Macy, you can come down here, honey. It's time to take Macy to school. And she's going to get her breakfast, so you might see her in the background. All right, we're in the final stretch of the podcast. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to talk about the weekend, what's happening in the Seattle area. Jackie, I don't know if you've seen the map that the Washington Department of Transportation has put out, but it has monsters on it.
I saw that.
They're calling it the Monster Weekend of Closures because there are so many significant closures in the Seattle area that they're just saying maybe it's better to stay home. That's why at the beginning of the podcast I said you might want to consider just staying home.
Did we consider the weather in this? Is it going to be gross stay home weather?
It's going to be in I think the high 60s. So it's not going to be that terrible, but still they're all the major roads. Let's see. 520 Bridge completely shut down. Mercer Street on-ramp closed. Northbound 405 in Renton closed. Southbound 167 in Kent closed. These are all major thoroughfares in our area.
Keeps going.
Yep, I-5 between State Route 18 and Federal Way and 5 closed overnights over the weekend. The Ballard Bridge is having closures. All eastbound lanes of the Spokane Street Viaduct are going to be closed. I mean, it's crazy. And then, hey, let's talk about sports because you know what? The Mariners are in town for their last homestand. It's Fan Appreciation Weekend.
Don't take Mercer Street to get there.
Don't do that. Other things that are happening. This is so weird to me. The Huskies are in New Jersey. And they're going to be playing Red Curs.
This whole redivisioning thing is so weird.
I know. They're going to be playing Red Curs at 5 o'clock tonight, actually. The Cougs play in Boise State.
My friend is on her way to Boise right now to watch the Cougs play.
Right, they're playing Boise State at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. No game for the Hawks Sunday.
Because they were playing Monday Night Football.
Which is why, I've been forgetting to wear my colors. So that's why I wore UW, because they're playing tonight.
I should have put on a Seahawks shirt, but I literally just came home from the gym and threw on a jacket.
We'll wear Seahawks stuff on Monday, because they're playing on Monday night.
I can fly in that.
Yeah. I just mentioned this Fan Appreciation Weekend at T-Mobile Park for the Mariners, where they're playing their last homestand against the Oakland A's in their last game of the season.
And they might actually be able to beat the Oakland A's. So.
Well, let's go out on a high note, Mariners. And you got to fill in for Curt right here.
Oh, I wish I could go. The Kraken are playing tonight at Climate
I know, right?
Arena. It's a preseason game versus the Vancouver Canucks.
That'll be a good one.
I would go, but now I'm afraid of traffic. So
yeah, seriously. The Sounders are taking on Houston tomorrow night at 7:30 at home. So there's, why? I mean, what?
Do the urban planners not talk to anybody?
That's what I always say. There's a lot of Halloween events. I mean, we're getting into Halloween season, so there's lots of events. Haunted houses are open. Cornfields, pumpkin patches. What?
The Tea Festival?
It's happening this weekend at the Seattle Center.
What the heck is a tea festival?
Sipping tea. They have a whole bunch of tea makers and tea manufacturer people, and you can go.
Have you ever gone?
No, but I thought it was interesting and something different.
But you'd have to
go to Seattle.
Stupid traffic.
I know. I'm just saying. Funny Girl is playing at the Paramount this weekend.
I would love to see
There's
that.
another thing, that's happening downtown. Movies are opening. Jackie.
The Wild Robot. I'm with the voice of Lupita Nyong'o. Is that how you say it?
Nyong'o.
I've never heard of that. Lee, starring Kate Winslet and Megalopolis. Oh, with Adam Driver and Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've not heard of any of these.
Me either.
I still
the Wild Robot I've heard little like talks about.
I still need to see Wolverine versus Deadpool. I still need to see that.
Oh, I haven't seen it either. I've heard really mixed reviews on it. Okay, just a reminder about, I've lost my music now, so cover for me, Jackie. What do we, just a reminder about why did I lose, why did I lose this, my music? I'm so sad.
Well, we can just say for Monday.
Yeah, say for Monday.
You and Curt will be talking about what piece of advice did you receive that recently changed or that significantly changed your life.
Yep.
And then this is all you, my friend.
I know. I really wanted my music. Kurt's gonna be so disappointed in me. Thank you for being on the show, by the way. I don't want to close the show without saying this because the people that have filled in have, I like literally just put you in the hot seat and you guys just go and you've been great. I mean, Pat filled in on Tuesday, hot firefighter boyfriend Pat, and then Randy, that's right, Randy on Wednesday, Jeanette on yesterday, and then you today. So thank you.
Randy
I appreciate it.
Concerned no one would think I was Curt.
But you said that you're a ginger like
We're
Curt.
both gingers, so I was like, I'm just Curt with longer hair.
Yes. You don't have to be Curt. Like you're your own person. I want you to be your own person.
Okay.
I found the music. Here it is. You guys, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate your support. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, leave comments. That helps us.
Only nice comments.
Well, I mean, if you have something to say that's constructive, we'll take the criticism. Have a great weekend. Happy memory making. Try not to get stuck in that traffic. Make good choices, find joy, and spread kindness. Have a good one.